Hi there, I'm Tanya Vindiga, and today we'll talk about those intense emotion and on the flip side, that numbness, that inner critic, those demons within us, I like to call them. Okay, because if you have PTSD, then those emotions can be at maximum intensity. And then there's the numbness. If, for example, there's a person in a coffee shop spilling some coffee, they might feel a little bit embarrassed. If they spill it on their favorite outfit or on their phone, they might get annoyed. But if you have PTSD, oh man, in an instant, that inner critic, that demon within, all that flood of emotions from the past comes swooping over, and you don't even get the chance, not even a millisecond, to think about what the actual situation is. But that little feeling of embarrassment goes to deep shame, despair, worthlessness. That little feeling of annoyance is explosive anger. And it's just everything is out of control. Just in a flash, right? You didn't even get to think about it. Now, does it feel like you can't have the whole range of emotions? Or do you have the negative ones, the positive, the good, the bad? Do you have the whole range? Did you do something really good, something okay, but instead of feeling a sense of pride, the inner critic comes at you again, you can't do anything properly, you can't do things good enough, you should have done better, and so on. I can't even talk about my inner critic. They're just horrible messages, things I can't even say out aloud. Is that happening for you? Does it come that instead of feeling that sense of pride, you get washed over with all these feelings of uselessness, worthlessness, and shame? It certainly happened for me. For many years, I was just so stuck in that darkness, really, in a very dark place, suicidal. There was no positive thoughts at all. Is this your life? Do you feel like you missed out on so much joy that you don't feel lovable? You just feel like damaged goods. You either have emotions that are just at maximum, or you're just numb. You have these intense anger and that frustration, hate, despair, envy, shame and guilt and all this. And then you go and flip and you just freeze up and you just go numb. And it's just hollow and empty. But you just can't have the emotions like joy, happiness, inspiration, gratitude, hope, feeling connected, feeling cared for, feeling loved. I've felt like I just can't have those. I'm different. I can't have all those emotions. Just look at my past, look at what happened. I have PTSD. I'm ruined. That's just that. I thought that for so long. Is this you? And I often wondered, why is it that we take this abuser's voice in our head? Why do we still take it that serious to this day? Really, an abusive person, they're not joyous people who have amazing, happy lives. They're not. They're people that are lacking that compassion, they're lacking kindness, they're lacking, that respect, really, respect from people. They have no capacity of dealing with their pain. The only way they know is by transferring their pain onto you, inflicting you pain, and generally inflicting pain on someone they perceive as more vulnerable, weaker, smaller than they themselves. Make them suffer just like they do. That's an abusive person. But why to this day, as an adult, do I take that voice so serious? Why can't I take something like if a friend or a partner or even a coach or therapist tells me something positive about me, something good they see in me, why can't I take this equally serious? You know, why can't I dwell in that feeling for hours and hours and think about their thoughts non-stop? You know, why can't their messages of encouragement and support come up in a flash when I actually need them, when I'm feeling really stuck? Why? And I'm guessing here, I can be wrong, but you too are a master at dismissing compliments and positive feedback. I sure am. It just doesn't fit. They just never fitted in my head. It didn't fit with the self-belief and the self-image I had for myself, the one that I created from all those abusive messages I got in my past. That just didn't fit, you know. The minute I get a compliment, I think in my head, it's like, oh, if they only would know the real me, if they would only know what's going on inside my head, if they only could see inside of me. I know. No, that was instantly there. You know, but I wonder. You know, I still do. And I want to put that question to you, and I really want you to think about it as well. Like, I've journaled about it, I've spent days and weeks thinking about this. Why to this day do I take a sick, abusive person's perspective of me? Why do I let that influence me so much to this day, while I dismiss or doubt a compliment from a healthy person? Now, why is this? Why do I dismiss and doubt a compliment from a healthy person, but I get hooked by the abusive message? I let them influence me. Let them make me feel like damaged goods. You know, and believing that their view and their perspective of me is the one and only truth, and their unjust treatment is what I deserved. You know, really, really think about that. You know, I wonder what it would be like if you would give ourselves the permission to instead dwell in the good feeling that you can have when you get compliments, when people see good things in you, and you can think for hours and hours non-stop about all these good things people see in you. Now, how would that change your life? You know? So we already worked out that we are awesome at dismissing compliments. We are awesome at dismissing thoughts. So why can't we dismiss our abuser's message they implanted in us back then, and instead start listening to the compliments and the positive feedback the good people see in us? Why can't we start rewiring our brain and getting rid of those horrible thoughts that people implanted? I want you to imagine for a moment that you don't actually have that inner critic. Those demons, they are not there. They don't exist. Now, what would your life be like? Wouldn't that totally change the perspective of yourself, how you feel about yourself, you know, your capabilities, the possibilities you see for yourself in the future? Wouldn't that change everything? So I challenge you. Next time you get a compliment, give yourself the permission and feel that sense of pride. Allow yourself to feel that pride for the whole day. You know? Will you do that? Okay. Lots of love and rainbows as always. And best wishes. Thank you. Bye.